Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a new segment here on CycleDrag.com called Watching VHS, classic VHS drag bike tapes. Man, I'll tell you what. I tell you, the VCR still works. Old school NHRA. If only I had some drag racing legends to enjoy this with and give me the real story in my living room. What the? Larry McBride and George Bryce in my living room? Are you kidding me?
Who'd have thought it?
This is amazing. Larry, we're going to hear it right from the horse's mouth, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. We came all the way to California just so we could do the new segment on the Tech 2 talk about the clutches for star racing performers. So it's a long way to come out here to get us some nice weather so we can actually finish doing all the things we're doing.
Oh, me and Larry having fun, making fun of the Tech Talk Tuesday deal. But look.
It sure is, and we've got a piece to watch right here, George. This is a historic piece.
And I think that what's happened with the media attention is just icing on the cake, and it's something that I can give to the sport for what they've given to me, and something that I can give to my team at Star Performance Parts for what they've given to me. I mean, it's my payback to them for everything they've done.
She also appeared live on Fox After Breakfast while racing in Gainesville, Florida last month, bringing drag racing into the homes of millions of potentially new fans.
Our team, Jackie and I, have worked really hard for a long time to try and bring the bikes up to a form of racing that would be comparable to Pro Stock cars and Top Fuel and Funny Car, and it's finally starting to happen. We're very...
George, I got to pause it right there. We love the glasses, first off.
Yeah, I have some goggles on.
Second off, that's such a great piece by NHRA. That was groundbreaking at the time. The exposure you were able to get, bringing Angelle into the sport.
Yeah.
When you watch that back here now in this day and age, what comes to mind?
First thing was, she was 25 years old, and that was a long time ago. And I was a young'un as well, and I had hair and
Big glasses.
I had big glasses. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about it that I forgot to say when I was interviewed on TV was how proud I am of Larry McBride and how old he is.
How about that?
And how fast he is. I mean, y'all, he went 550. What?
I don't think anybody saw that coming in 96.
No. 550. Look, that's not 8th mile time, you guys that race Harleys. That is quarter mile time.
But Larry...
370 at 2 what?
We run 367 at 215 to the 8th.
215 and 8th. Okay,
How about that?
So you 8th mile warriors, here are the numbers.
Larry, you being a fan and a follower of this sport, you remember how big it was when George brought Angelle onto the scene. All of a sudden, USA Today, Fox and Friends, national media, they are covering the sport. What was that like from your perspective? What do you remember?
Well, it was great because, I've always been friends with, with George and Jackie and got to meet Angelle. I was very fortunate and I feel very influential in Julie's life as a little girl when she was just coming up, because Julie, George and Jackie's daughter, absolutely loved me to death. And I spent a lot of time playing with her, and used to, in the morning times, the first thing that Julie wanted to do was come down to my trailer to get me. And I had to go back to George's motorhome to have breakfast with Julie. Yeah. So Jackie would fix Julie and I breakfast, and then I'd ride Julie on my shoulders and play with her, and it was just an awesome deal, because I've kind of always been friends and actually a part of their family for so many years. To watch Julie grow up and to be the woman she is today and as beautiful she is today, and to see how well she is doing today makes me very proud and makes me feel good to know that motorcycle drag racing brought her. She came up in motorcycle drag racing, and look what she's done, and it's just awesome. This makes my heart feel real well.
That's right, George. And speaking of women in motorcycle drag racing, we know now NHRA is one of the most diverse forms of motorsports. Right. But back when Angelle burst on the scenes, there weren't women in pro stock motorcycle.
No, it wasn't. It was a pretty good challenge for her and at the time, because the guys didn't want to get beat by a woman. I mean, it's been hard for that. I mean, nowadays guys get beat by women and everything, it seems like, and it's hard. It was hard 25 or 30 years ago to really bring that in, and for the macho men to race against a girl, it was okay as long as they beat them, but when she started winning, it was a little bit hard to take. I remember hearing comments from people saying, I don't know anybody's going to want to stage in the other lane because they don't want to get run over by someone hanging on to it, like waving in the wind like a flag. So I think she's done a really, really great job and made a big imprint and a big mark in our business and our industry, bringing fans that we weren't going to have, and also bringing women into the sport.
Sure, this is a great piece. Let's check out the end of this. I know you guys were already cooking on a new sponsorship deal.
Major corporations are interested in using us as a marketing vehicle now, and of course the addition of Angelle to our team has helped catapult us to the front.
We have a new sponsorship for 97. It's two companies that have come together, Frontier Communications and Catalyst Incorporated, and there's going to be a national promotion going on next year. It's a secret though. If you've seen my bike, you've seen that it says there's more to come. There's going to be a public announcement of what it is that exactly we'll be promoting next year. It'll be in January.
Congratulations.
That is so cool. We're going to talk about marketing here in a second, but before we talk about the marketing, we got to show who people are never going to believe, because you just pointed it out, and if you didn't point it out to me, I would have never known. You ready for this, motorcycle drag racing fans? All right, let's get to the front of this piece and see who knows who this fan is. Who is that fan right there? Let's get some guesses. Who is that fan? Long hair, hockey jersey.
The main reason that I wanted to drag race was
I'd have never guessed who that fan is. George, tell me who that fan is.
Man, that was a brand new upstart fan right there, Sean Gann.
Can you believe that?
That was
I
great.
had no idea.
That's funny. You know, Larry said something that I would like to follow up on that was really important is, you know, Spider-Man and being a hero to so many people all through the years, and Julie included. It was so great when I'd go to the races, and I knew that if we handed off Julie, she was just 3, 4, 5 years old, to Larry and his gang, and they would just make her feel like a princess, and they treated her so great. And Larry enjoyed so much every time we would see each other for the next 20 years, we would always talk about Julie and how big of an impact he made on her life. And so, I mean, look, I went to the 43rd finals at Man Cup race and watched Larry go fast, and I bumped into so many people that said, man, my little girls love Larry, my little boys love Larry. Everywhere I went, everybody talked about how their kids loved Larry. So I was just wanted to follow up on that.
Well, it's
That's
just
what's
so
all about.
great to be, and where I was going with that, not only do you got to be women racing in our sport, which we appreciate, you can be women that come up in our sport, and that's the people that always get left out.
Yeah.
The women that are behind us in our sport, and Jackie's a perfect example of that. My wife is a perfect example of that. And George and I was just talking about this at lunchtime. What we said, and we don't regret anything that we've done, but unfortunately what's happened in our life was we made motorcycle drag racing such a part of our life, and we love the sport so bad. We want everybody to love the sport. Unfortunately, some of our family time had to be at the track. We wasn't out doing to the movies and different things. Our movies was motorcycle drag racing.
Yeah.
And so we're so proud to be a part of our industry and our sport. And it hurts us to see when it don't do good because we love it so much.
Well, both you guys have dedicated a big part of your lives to this sport, and we appreciate it. We want to thank our legends, Larry Spiderman McBride and George Bryce, for taking a little trip down memory lane with us, having some fun, reliving some of the golden memories of this sport. Much more to come, including a new show on MAV TV.
I am George Bryce. I am very, very thankful for CycleDrag.com on Facebook and CycleDrag on YouTube. And I have been racing for a long time. I won a lot of races and had a lot of championships. And I'm very thankful for CycleDrag.com.
6 NHRA championships, 82 Wallies, and some fast baggers. Thank you very much, George Bryce. Do you like to watch at home on your phone?
I like to watch it on my phone no matter where I am, even on the airplane.
Thank you, George.
McBride here, 20-time Top Fuel champion, world record holder. And one thing I'd like to do would be thank CycleDrag.com on Facebook. And I'd like for everybody to watch and view CycleDrag on YouTube. People that help us out, help our sport out a lot. And if you don't support them, it's hard for us to give you support, guys. And just keep supporting my man Jack, and we'll be here a long time.
Well, thank you very much, Larry McBride. If you want to help this outlet grow, if you like what we're doing, simply hit subscribe on CycleDrag on YouTube, like CycleDrag.com on Facebook, and we will keep it coming. Share with your friends. If you have any friends that you think may be interested in this content, please share with them. They're always welcome. Motorcycle drag racing.